All right, it is song and story time. Welcome to all of you. Text the number that is on the screen so that we can give you a shout out. That's 260-593-1983. And you may notice that there's some stuff going on behind me. I don't know if you can see that or not, but this is your little behind the scenes peek. We're doing a quick change out of the things from the fall worship to the beginnings of Advent, because guess what? We are going to record next week's worship service in just a little bit. So there's your little behind-the-scenes peek. Here's the question of the week. What is your favorite celebration? Birthday celebrations, Christmas celebrations, a certain way that you celebrate, something at church like a celebration Sunday. What's your favorite celebration? Think about that a little bit, and if you want to share your answers to that with me, you can text those to that number. But first, before we talk more about the story, we're going to have some sing-along with Matthew and Hannah.
Well, welcome back to another morning of singing, boys and girls. We're so happy to have you here again with us this morning. And we're happy to have Hannah here to help us sing, both leading in with the drums, and we're happy for a new day of being able to be together again. Today's theme is about justice. And justice is a very important word in the Bible. And justice has to do with doing what is right. Sometimes it's doing what is right to with people who have been wronged. And so our three songs today have different things to do about justice. And we're going to start out with one that we sang, actually, boys and girls, you were standing up here and you sang this for the congregation, I think last year, called Planting Seeds of Love by Pam Donkin. And this is a sing and response song. So Hannah's going to help us with that today. And on the chorus, it's sing and response. It says, "And as they grow, and as they grow, they overflow, in every," no, you point to Daddy, "in every part, in every part of my heart." Okay, so you just repeat what I'm singing, and I'll sort of help you through the first time to get it. I'm sure you remember this song. You ready to go? Planting seeds of love. I am planting. We're going to start. I am planting seeds of love in my heart. I am planting seeds of love in my heart. And as they grow, I'll take them everywhere I go. I am planting seeds of love in my heart. Here we go. And as they grow, they overflow, in every part of my heart, heart to heart, friend to friends. Now everyone together, sing it out again. Now we say, you are planting seeds of kindness. You are planting seeds of kindness in my heart. You are planting seeds of kindness in my heart. And as they grow, I'll take them everywhere I go. You are planting seeds of kindness in my heart. And as they grow, they overflow in every part of my heart, heart to heart, friend to friend. Everybody, sing it out again. God is planting seeds of peace in my heart. God is planting seeds of peace in my heart. And I'll take them everywhere I go. God is planting seeds of peace in my heart. And as they grow, they overflow in every part of my heart. Heart to heart, friend to friend. Sing it out again. Justice. God is planting seeds of justice in my heart. God is planting seeds of justice in my heart. And as they grow, I'll take them everywhere I go. God's planting seeds of justice in my heart. And as they grow, they overflow in every part of my heart. Heart to heart, friend to friend. Sing it out again. We are planting seeds of song in our hearts. We are planting seeds of song in our hearts. And as they grow, we'll take them everywhere we go. We are planting seeds of song in our hearts. And as they grow, they overflow in every part of my heart. Heart to heart, friend to friend. Sing it out again. You can sing that song wherever you go, can't you? That's a great song. The next song is another one, boys and girls, that we did in church for the congregation about a year ago. And this was a song by Pete Seeger called God's Counting on Me. And I think this is a great song because I think it has to do with prayer. You know, there are different kinds of prayer. There's sort of the prayer where we bow our heads and we talk with God or we talk with Jesus. There's also a different kind of prayer that we do with our hands and with our feet. Suppose you see a piece of something messy, like a crumpled papers on the ground when you walk outside. And do we say, I think I'll pray to God, God, would you please take away these awful papers that are messing up your beautiful earth? That's sort of a strange thing to do, isn't it? Instead, we can pray with our hands and we can pray with our feet by walking up and picking up the trash and throwing it away. The same thing might happen if you are in school and you see someone who's new maybe at school, and at lunchtime maybe they're sitting by themselves and they feel lonely because they don't have friends. In that kind of a situation, we probably wouldn't pray to God, dear God, I hope that you'll bring a friend to this new person. Because God has told us that we should love one another. And so our way of praying in that situation is to walk up and introduce ourselves and become friends to people who don't have friends. God's counting on me. God's counting on you. Oh, when we look and we see things are not what they should be, God's counting on me. God's counting on you. Oh, when we look and we see things are not what they should be, God's counting on me. God's counting on you. Here's hoping we all pull through. Hoping we all pull through. Hoping we all pull through, me and you. When there's big problems to be solved, let's get everyone involved. God's counting on me, God's counting on you. When there's big problems to be solved, let's get everyone involved. God's counting on me, God's counting on you. Here's hoping we all pull through, hoping we all pull through, hoping we all pull through, me and you. Oh, when you see someone in need, it's time to pull up your sleeves. God's counting on me, God's counting on you. Oh, when you see someone in need, it's time to pull up your sleeves. God's counting on me, God's counting on you. Here's hoping we all pull through, hoping we all pull through, hoping we all pull through, me and you. So don't give up and don't give in. Working together we all can win. God's counting on me, God's counting on you. So don't give up and don't give in. Working together we all can win. God's counting on me, God's counting on you. Here's hoping we all pull through, hoping we all pull through, hoping we all pull through, me and you. Whew, nice. For our quiet song today, we're going to do one by Brian Moyer Suderman. Take good care of the land and water. This has to do with... This song is interesting because it's a song, you imagine it being sung by God to us. So if you think of God singing this song to us about how he wants us to care for the world around us. Take good care of the land and water. Take good care of the creatures too. Take good care of one another. I'll be taking good care of you. There's enough for every creature if you don't exceed your share. Let creation be your teacher as you live your calling to care. So take good care of the land and water. Take good care of the creatures too. Take good care of one another. I'll be taking good care of you.
Welcome back. Yeah, take good care. That's that song we just sang, isn't it? We have a few call-outs today. Jake and Liza and Lydia are tuning in, and Liza likes New Year's Eve the most because it's her birthday.
Wow.
And Jake and Lydia like Christmas the best. Those are their favorite celebrations. Deb and Bob Kaufman say that their favorite celebration service is Christmas Eve. And I think next week we're going to tell you a little bit about what's happening here for Christmas Eve. So
Yep.
I like Christmas Eve the most too.
Zeph likes that one the
we go.
most too, it turns out. Hannah Lind is here, and she says Thanksgiving and Christmas are the best. And we have Steve and Donna Priest here. They like Christmas dinner at church and the Christmas worship pageant. And we'll give you information about that next week, too. The Miller-Lehman clan is joining us again. Brooklyn's favorite is Christmas, and Ryan's favorite is his birthday. And Sophia's favorite is Christ giving, which is when we celebrate Christmas at Thanksgiving. Oh, that does sound fun.
Wow.
And Kent's favorite is Groundhog Day. Nice.
Okay.
The Gunawan family is here. Caleb says Christmas is his favorite, and Matthew's favorite is his birthday. And the Yoders are joining us as well. So I am so glad to know you're all here. If anyone else wants to get a shout out, wants to respond to that question about favorite celebrations, just text 260-593-1983. Oh, Lewis says Thanksgiving and Christmas are his favorites. Yeah, those are fun ones. It looks like we're all kind of getting ready for the weekend to come, aren't we?
Yep. We are.
Let's review the big stories. Remember, you can just chime in with parts of it that you remember, and if you don't say the same words as we do, it's totally fine. So God created, and it was good. Humans missed the mark, but God stuck with them. God called a family. When the people became slaves, God sent Moses and delivered them. They learned how to live in Shalom community. And they learned that there is only one God, and we love God with our whole being. Then the people got to go to the promised land. And they got caught in the cycle of missing the mark and God sending judges. And then God called Samuel to be a prophet. But the people didn't want a prophet. They wanted a king like the nations around them. So Samuel anointed kings. Solomon built a temple in Jerusalem to be a gathering place for worship of God. But all the kings continued to miss the mark, and the kingdom divided into the north, Israel, and the south, Judah. God worked through prophets and ordinary people and stuck with the people, even as first the north and then the south kingdom fell to foreign superpowers. In exile, the people lamented being far from home, and they began to learn new ways to worship and to be the people of God. They learned that just like dry bones could be put back together, they could be healed too. God worked through people like Esther to keep the story alive. And now we come to today's story. So let's sing it first. Finally, God's family rebuilds the temple in Jerusalem. God plunges them into a sea of joy and celebration of only God. God is one, only God.
Well, do you guys recognize that song?
Yep.
Yeah, we kind of sung that already. Like it's I think it's kind of cool how this story keeps circling back. So today's story, Talash already told a little bit of it in children's time. She told the messy part with all the letter writing that went back and forth and back and forth. But like the song says, it became a joyous time for many people. It was a time of renewal. They remembered things like celebrating the Passover, and they began to have these celebrations once again. So they rebuilt the temple, and after they had done that, they began to work on rebuilding the city of Jerusalem, which was kind of like rebuilding the community. Malachi, why do you think celebrating Passover and celebrating the Passover feast was such an important thing for the people to do once they were back and once the temple was rebuilt?
Those celebrations that they were doing were ways of telling their story and heritage. Kind of like how when we do foot washing, we tell the story of Jesus washing the disciples' feet. And when we do those celebrations, we feel more like part of the story.
Yeah, it's a way of enacting the story. So, Zeph, for all of you, what are some things that you do to remember what your story is and who you are? We have some different ones in our family. Zeph, what are some ones that we do as a family to tell the story?
Sabbath meals.
So what's that?
Well, it's every single Thursday, or Friday, or Saturday. Well, we had our last one on Saturday.
Yep, it kind of depends on how the week
Yesterday.
goes, but one evening a week, yep. What do we do?
Well, the main thing that we always have is bread.
Yep,
And
we have
Advent, of course, all of you know about that.
that's another special celebration, yep, that we do. Yeah.
And every single birthday, we read birthday books.
Yeah, these books that Talash has made that kind of retells the stories of the boys of different birthdays and their birthday, too. So we all have these different celebrations, both at church and as families, these ways of celebrating and remembering and enacting the story to know the stories that we are a part of. All right, do we have any more call-outs here?
We do. We have one more. The Ruel family is joining us. And Kiara says her birthday and Christmas, and maybe especially birthday. Those are times that you enjoy celebrating. Yeah, these celebrations are kind of important, aren't they? And a lot of the ones that you've named are ones where we kind of remember who we are and who God is, and some of them are even about acting out that story, just like the people did when they rededicated the temple. Yeah. All right, I think it's big song time. Are we ready? I'm going to take it a little faster today and see if I can keep up. This is the story of how it all began. God made matter and chaos shattered. Even Adam they tried to hide. The world got violent and God replied with a mark and a flood and a rainbow sign. God's love written on skin and sky. And then God called a family to be a blessing to the earth. Oh, a mother and her favorite son wrestle for the blessing. Another son becomes a slave, the land is saved from famine. God's family grows, Egypt oppresses, they groan to God. God sends Moses, 10 strange signs say, please release them. By the sea, God saves them. Oh, the people complain, God rains bread, daily food, and 10 new rules. 5 sisters come and ask for land. God says yes, amend the law. Moses says in your new life, across the Jordan, love God with your whole heart and with all your being and your strength. Now listen, God is one, only God. God is one, only God. Cross over Jordan, stories and stones, circuits and shouts, and the walls come down. God sends judges like Deborah, and the land has rest. Ruth's worth more than 7 sons, redeem the lost with steadfast love. Corruption in the temple, and God sends Samuel. God gives them a prophet, they ask for a king. Does God need a temple? A wise king forgets. And when a bully rules land, the nation tears apart and loses David's heart. Through a widow's gift and a prophet's cry, God brings life in desperate times. Josiah reads a missplit scroll. He turns to God wholeheartedly, like David did in his time. God gives Jeremiah a picture of God's ruined family. Is there any hope left? Is there any hope left? Is there any hope left for you? Jerusalem, any hope? Any hope left? Is there any hope left for you? Jerusalem. By the streams
of Babylon. How can we sing when you are gone? Jerusalem, Jerusalem. I'm in a valley of human bones. These bones are Israel. God's breath is hope. Haman plans death for Esther's exiles. She risked her life so they might survive. Finally, God's family rebuilds the temple in Jerusalem. God plunges them into a sea of joy and celebration of only God. God is one, only God. God loves every one of us, it's true, and God loves the universe.
Whew, that's a long song now. Well, all of you remember that next Sunday we start Advent. And today, you and your families are welcome to pick up Advent materials here at the church between noon and 2. And actually, I think that those Advent materials are already out there. Whoops,
Yep,
sorry.
they're ready to go.
You
Come
can
pick
come
'em
get
up.
them whenever. But we were supposed to have your Advent calendar puzzles ready for you, and they haven't come in the mail yet. So we can't give those to you today. So we are going to put them out next week, next Sunday afternoon, or we're going to drop them off. It depends on depends on when they get here. So just keep listening for when all of that's going to happen. We will let you know, but just know that we're not getting those today.
I think it's definitely over.
Zeph thinks that it's time for me to stop talking now.
Yeah,
So when it says on air, that means that we're on, bud. Oh.
Yeah.
Hey, we have a little screen up here that tells us how much time we have and all of that stuff. So Zeph's figuring out how to read it. All right, so Advent materials, you can pick them up today, but the Advent puzzles will be coming either special delivery with this postman here or next week for pickup. Okay?
Now you can say it.
All right, now you can say have a good week. Do you want to try it?
Good week.
Have a great week. Bye, everybody.
Happy Thanksgiving.